like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
Hello everyone. I was just thinking during that intro, I'm like, it all flashes up and stuff. It's all nice, but when you're listening on a podcast,
And then
you can't see
there's
that.
you.
Yeah, when you're listening on a podcast, you can't see all that, can you? So it's just like you're listening to music.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, really catchy tune, which is done by Netflix. Netflix.
And then we
All
come
free
on.
music.
That's when they turn off.
Yeah. Hello, Mr.
Mr.
Bear.
Teddy Bear, hi.
Hello. How are you?
So pretty much we've got a few little
We talk about
releases.
the crud releases.
Yeah, they're really like shelf warmer releases, but we'll still go over them anyway.
But, I mean, I'm quite intrigued by some of them, but I wouldn't pick them up for
Well,
what they are.
one of them's pretty much a box set of stuff that's already out. And the other two, we'll go over them in a minute.
Really
We'll let some
funny.
more people get in, and then we'll go over it.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
you
we
picked
can
up
talk
anything?
have I picked up anything? Not since last time we spoke, I don't think. No.
No.
I think there's anything out at the moment. I've got my pre-orders are the Star Wars ones, but they're not out until later on in the year, are they? So
Yeah. I keep looking. I see people like on Instagram and stuff, and they're like, oh, "I've got this," and I'm like, "What? That's out already?" Like there's a couple of the Return of the Jedi new, like Paplo, the little Ewok and all that. That's out. I'm like, oh. And then when I go, then all of a sudden it goes out my head, and I forget to go and look at the shop. And like Star Action figures. Do you see? There's a sale. They had Dark Troopers on there for like £18. Completely missed that. They're gone. I've not had the money to look, and so
I try not to look in. I don't go on the shops anymore.
No.
Unless I know something's out. But I went on. Just I was talking about the Yellow Ranger, went on the SPD one last week, and it's out. I looked on Star Action figures; it's already out.
Yeah, it did come out with the blue one and the one that you wanted. It was in that last wave.
It didn't. Yeah, but I didn't see anything for it. It didn't come out the same time as the blue one.
Oh, right.
And then I looked, and it was out. So I guess I'll get that next month.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think even last week I had Falcon, didn't I? I've still not even done his review. He's just sat on the side. Just there's not been a lot out. I mean, what is the other thing? The new Spider-Man wave with Chasm and a couple of that as well. I kind of want to get. And I was really hoping to get paid Friday, but I'm getting paid tomorrow because of bank holiday and stuff. That I almost was tempted to go out to Comic-Con because I know In Demand Toys had imported stock. So, because I don't know, I've not read the story of that Chasm, but because it's like Ben Reilly and stuff, and
that's like the symbiote one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Green one, yeah.
Sometimes I like getting figures and then reading the comics to accommodate for them, rather than doing it the other way around.
Realising you don't like the figure.
I think that was the Scarlet Spider with the Kane one. And I think it was like 12 issues before we went into the New Warriors, but I really liked, it was really cool. I kind of like Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. So that's why I like Ben Reilly. Kane's really cool, like with his things that come out of his wrists, and they're always kind of like slightly murderous as well.
I think it's that Peter Parker's kind of a bit of a dork, isn't he? He's like, but then when you get into like Ben Reilly and Kane and all that, they're a bit more kind of
edgy,
yeah, hardcore.
Something else about it. because they are Peter Parker, but they also have something else.
Mm.
You know that.
Well, Peter Parker just has the constant. Is like when he's not Spider-Man, he's just a dolt taking photos like us, and then. But then when he's chasing the girl, it's always the same. And then when he's Spider-Man, he's rescuing the girl that he doesn't get. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah. You know, as much as I can't really talk crap about Spider-Man. He's
my favourite Marvel character.
Yeah, it's my heritage. It's what I based myself on. Obviously, not looks,
but physical appearance.
Yeah, or physical appearance. More like Spidey Porker, whatever it is.
You're more like Ned.
Spider-Ham.
You're more like Ned.
The man in the chair. But yeah, you know, I just say he kind of sort of stands for like it's what we read in it when we're in our teens. It kind of sort of like, I appreciate that. That's what I aspire to be.
And he's a cool figure. Like,
you
can get cool figures out of him. So, I mean, even the villains are good. I did a photo today for the Friends theme on the group, and like I hung them up. Like I had Gwen, Spider-Man, and Miles, and I hung them all up and did cool poses. And you can get them in such cool poses, and it's like, and I've got Lizard out as well. I thought, even this figure is brilliant.
Yeah,
all the Spider-Man figures are great.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like when you're posing. I mean, when I went out yesterday with Wolverine and Juggernaut, is that when you're posing the figures, you can put them in such an exaggerated way. But with Black Series, you know, it's Black Series is a guy with a gun, so it's always a gun posture and more realistic, you know. But when it's like Spider-Man or Wolverine, arms are stretched right back, coming right up, clawing up, you know, just like proper like inwards. You're never going to get like a clone trooper just sort of like standing there like. You just
you wouldn't be able to get it in that pose.
Yeah, it's like. And
it's like when I did that photo of Bly the other day, and I think I put it on the group. I haven't done it on Instagram yet, but I did it, and I took him out. I thought I always get clones out when it's sunny, and I just put him there, and I thought, this is exactly like my clone shots last summer. Like, it's just so.
That's it. They can do like 5 kind of ways, you know, pistols, gun, standing there, like an attention, or kind of sort of just there, sort of chatting to someone, and that's kind of it. Because there's no arm you know, there's
you can't even have them dead, really. You can't. Do you know what I mean? It's like
especially the old legs.
Yeah. I tried doing Grievous with some clones the other day, and I just scrapped it. Like Grievous was fine, which is mad, but I couldn't get the clones.
He just doesn't stand up, and he's not size.
Like, I couldn't get the clones in a pose where it looked like they was being like slashed or anything. It just looked really rigid. It's like you could get the arms in kind of a way and like the face, but the whole torso is just.
It's just one piece, isn't it? Well, it's not one piece, but it doesn't twist. It doesn't turn.
No.
You know.
So you literally clones. You can literally just only have in the pose that they are on the shelf.
Yeah.
And that's it. But we'll talk about the group, I guess. So we've got the tournament coming up next Monday. So that's all sorted. All the teams are sorted for that. I've done the table, I guess. So like that team gets that team, that team gets that team. All that. Done all that. So I'll be uploading that at some point to the group, and then letting people know what the theme is going to be for the first round. It's going to work in kind of like so first round will be 1 week, second round will be another 1 week, and then the third round will be 2 weeks, because it'll be the final. And then hopefully next time in autumn, when we do another one, it'll be more people in the group, more teams.
Well, once I think a lot
string it a bit more.
See what it is, you know. I think that.
And you know, you can win a figure at the end of it. So you know, obviously in a price range, you're not getting any Mezco or Sideshow.
Mm.
But yeah, so head over to the group if you're not in the group already.
You win a minifigure for
Yeah,
not in your own car.
yeah, I'll go through the toy bin and you can find. No, you get like 20 £20 figures. But
Yeah.
oh, there's a comment.
Yeah. Hi Tom, hope you're good. Hello there. I can't stay for too long. I am about to watch a film. What are you going to watch? Let us know.
We're more important.
Yeah. We're only around for a short amount of time. Baseball boy, trip boy. Hey there. Hi there.
It's a new one. I haven't seen him before.
Yeah, well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
So yeah, let's go through these thingies in. Let's have a ganders at these new figures.
I mean, they're not much, so let's. We'll start with these ones anyway. So can I go? Oh, let's take the overlay off. That always helps. So I don't know. They hinted at this, didn't they, during one of the live streams? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, I think so.
Now they've actually announced it properly and released it. It's not out just yet. I think it's an Amazon exclusive by the looks of it at $125, which
that's not too bad.
Not too bad for 5 figures.
Yeah, so about 22 each.
When you think about when they did the Venom pack last year, wasn't it? It was like £90 for
it was quite big.
3 figures.
Have you seen on AliExpress actually they do a bootleg retro Venom? You know the one I got with the red and blues?
Yeah, I saw that.
They're doing a bootleg version. I'm about to watch Ghostbusters 2, an underrated film in my opinion. That is pretty good, but not as good as the first.
That's always the case, though, isn't it, with films? But the second film's never as good as the first.
Yeah, a bit like Star Wars. Hello, Rhino. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're well.
I mean, the second Star Wars, like Attack of the Clones, it was good when the clones landed. That was it.
Yeah, you do realise that was the 6th film, yeah. Or 5.
Huh? What?
Well, it wasn't the 2nd film, was it?
No, the episode 2. Anyway.
This is the worst.
The Avengers, West Coast Avengers.
The janitor. Yeah, so that's Hank Pym in it, and then you got
in
his overall.
It's a bit of a. It'd be a good civvy kind of figure as well.
Well, a mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could have anything.
Well, Steve Rogers, you know, you could paint him green, and you look like a good sort of Steve Rogers in sort of like in his private army. Yeah, you know, in his World War gear. Probably look quite cool.
Wait for it to come out in.
Yeah, I'll buy it for £125 just to paint them green. It'd be amazing.
Bin the other figures.
Yeah. Yeah, so new Spider-Woman. Got a new body, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
You was hoping for a Spider-Man, weren't you?
Yeah, but I got this one, and I don't really care about getting it. I don't really like her face on this one. The eyes look a little bit too close together. Like the bug bits, bug lenses.
Don't you prefer the red and yellow one?
Yeah, so I've got this one anyway, from a couple of years back, and then I want the red and yellow one, which is coming out in the scroll.
but it's the scroll head, isn't it? Did it come with?
No, it's got the alternative head. Oh yeah.
I do. I wanted.
Yeah, Tom, taking it. I'm picking it up. Nice.
So what makes you want to pick it up if you have most of them?
Well, he's probably a fan of the West Coast Avengers.
No, just like, you know, how many of them do you have? Because then
Yeah.
Because that's what
Well,
puts me off sometimes. It's like you have most of them, but there's one you want. And it's
yeah.
like,
But I mean, straight away. I mean, this one here, this Spider Woman, you can see she's got the double-ended arm, double elbows.
extreme.
Yeah, and the double knees. What am I on about? They always got like knee joints.
They've always
but
got double
the arms
knees,
and
yeah.
all that, yeah. Well, it's definitely upgraded anyway.
If it's not great, they'll release it as a single figure. But I think the hair looks really weird on this one. Don't you think?
I think the head it looks a little bit odd for me.
Yeah, I think the hair's there's too much gap in the hair.
Behind, yeah.
Yeah. So, don't know. We'll see when they release like proper in-hand pictures.
Yeah, someone started reviewing stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
Silver Centurion.
something you could have make him.
That one.
Have you?
Yeah, this is a relaunch. It's another one. He's got white legs rather than silver, so he's kind of.
Well, I was going to say you could get another one and make it Centurion's Corner Centurion.
Centurion's Corner Centurion.
Yeah, you could do like
doing
blue, red, white. Yeah.
So it'd be Iron Patriot.
Yeah, pretty much. They had Iron Patriot in Nerd Base the other day.
Yeah, I would like Iron
prices.
Patriot. They may probably redo a new one soon, but I want the comic form. I'm sure I've got the Iron Patriot from Iron Man 3, but I think it's back at the old house. I'm sure Ben had it. I like this set. I'm picking it up. Blah blah blah. Read that one, haven't we? I like this body on Spider Woman. The colour of Tigra, yeah, she's updated as well. She looks better as well. The colour of Tigra, and she's got a nice civil head as well. And Mockingbird, really want. Silver Ceramic will probably be sold off. There you go. That's what Rhino's going to do with his version that he's going to buy. So it is just purely upgrades of those. It's a shame. She was quite new, wasn't she, Tigra? And she was bright orange, like proper tangoed.
That's what put me off her. Because I actually wanted to pick her up because, I didn't think they'd re-release it this soon as well.
So you swiped left on there, did you?
Yeah, but this one looks better. And if they release this one as a single, then I'll grab it. Because...
well, just look at the groups. Some people might sell it off. They might prefer the brighter orange.
Yeah. But where she's got a civil head on her now, you could do more different style kind of photos with her rather than just.
Well, she come with two sort of heads, didn't she? Like one was kind of crazy, and the other one was kind of like a civilized head, but it's still quite catty.
Yeah, it looks pretty decent. I mean, it was going off really kind of cheap on it in Entertainer.
Yeah, that's where I got it. I think I spent 10 or 13. I got it for.
Yeah, it went really cheap, and then re-released in the box set, which will definitely be another single one. Another one got a lot of different. I think this one's single joints as well, so this isn't a new female body.
No,
by any look of it. I don't actually. Did Tigra?
No, I think she's a straight over.
No, she's got double joints by the looks of it.
I think she did have double joints, so I think she was pretty.
Did she? Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. She's over there somewhere, but I'm sure she had. I remember her having decent articulation. I'm sure she has.
Yeah, this is kind of like it's female body. There's nothing too special about it.
No, apparently she should have like really baggy sleeves, a bit like Lady Deathstrike, but obviously they've done it a little bit here. But
oh yeah, so they've just done it on the elbow.
Yeah, it's done it on the elbow. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, Lady Deathstrike, she's all right, but when she's got her hands down or she's attacking forward, it's all right. But as soon as you put your hands up in the air and stuff, the it just looks a bit weird, doesn't it?
Mm. Oh yeah, because it's like comes separate. It looks like their arms been separated, doesn't it?
Mm.
And then let's pack them all together.
Pretty cool. I mean, it's quite a cool little
cool
step.
looking pack. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I was never really a massive fan of the Avengers and all that. Like back in the early 90s, it was like purely Spider-Man for me. So I appreciated when Iron Man and all that come in, but you know, from not coming from the USA, West Coast Avengers back then, I probably wouldn't even know where the West Coast kind of what is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I'd just be like, you know, for people in America, the West Coast, and living there and having your own superhero group would be pretty cool. You know, it's not all set in New York and stuff. But over here, to me, it would be like, oh, it's like not as good versions of the Avengers. I ain't going to read it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what you think of, isn't it? Like, you've got the main Avengers, and you've got,
and then you've got these sort of like reject characters over there where they deported over. You know, so.
I mean, over here, if it was West Coast Avengers, it'd be the Welsh Avengers. And
the Welsh Avengers,
no one would read that. No one would read that. The Cornish Avengers. Yeah, but the Somerset Avengers. But
the Dorset.
Yeah, that's over here. And then East Coast is the Essex Avengers. So it's great. But we'll go on to the next one anyway. Before we insult anyone that we don't want to. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have any releases to go through. I mean, I just had a quick look.
Hello, John.
Earlier.
How you doing, buddy?
Had a quick look earlier, and it was like, oh, there have been some.
Growing up in LA, I was happy with the comic that came out. See? Exactly right.
Yeah, like if you're from there, then it's probably pretty cool.
You kind of get it, you know. And obviously, living in America, you would understand. But over in the UK, not really knowing the geography of America back then, I would just be like, second-hand Avengers.
It's like back then, if like the English Avengers come out, it would probably pick up more over here. Because it relates to that place. It's the same with anywhere.
We always had crap heroes, though, didn't we? I mean, Captain Britain and all that. It was just, unless you're into that magic stuff and all that, it's all right. But when you look at, when you look back at old comics and you go, do you know what? I'm going to read an old comic. You open it up and it's just like, it almost looks like a novel because there's so much words in it, and you're like, nah. You put it to one side. I'm like, nah.
It's like graphic novels, isn't it? Graphic novels. Yeah. So we've got these ones. And I was looking earlier. Can anyone tell me if there's two Nighthawks?
Well, as I said, I only know him as a white guy. So he must either taken over, or there was two, or
because the last figure was a white guy. So if anyone knows whether this is a second one or it's just he's been redone in the comics.
Did the original die?
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of different versions of heroes, isn't there? I mean, there's a Lady 4 now, so we'll see what's going on there. But I mean, it looks alright. Cape looks awful.
I know the aesthetic of the guy, but I have no idea what he is. The only thing I could imagine is kind of like a knockoff Batman, a bit like that owl guy from what's that?
But that's Moon Knight, though, isn't it? That's the knockoff Batman.
No. What's that? Dr. Manhattan and all that's in it. What's that film? It is a comic as well, DC.
Let me have a look.
Oh my god! Like Watchmen.
Yes, that's it.
It reminds me of that guy from that.
Yeah. God,
they look cool, but I'm going to pass on these.
Watchmen could have been so good, couldn't it?
Too late, Rhino. Too late. Oh look, now they're coming through. The Watchmen.
Yeah.
The Watchmen. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like a Batman, but like again, like a
like the boys' version of like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
But,
so he comes with the Wiz, doesn't he? Oh no.
Yeah. I'm just looking up tonight. I'm just looking him up, just seeing what sort of powers he has. But this guy's obviously fast.
Yeah.
No, his name is the Lightning Fast
Booster
Blur.
Gold. Oh no.
Huh?
Booster Gold. He kind of looks like Booster Gold from DC, doesn't he? But
He
yeah,
also
these
reminds me
ones,
of
over my head. These ones are.
yeah. They're just kind of the comics that stayed on the shelves, I guess.
These were supposed to be Marvel's version of the Just. Oh, so I guess he was supposed to be a Batman. And this is supposed to be the Flash.
Okay. So I'm guessing it didn't work. So Nighthawk is a superb athlete, an alchemical potion, courtesy of an alchemical potion. All right.
Come on, sell it to me.
So he took it. I'm trying to. Actually, there's been quite a few different ones, I think. All right. So Nighthawk has been Kyle Richmond, Joaquin Pennyworth, Neil Richmond. Oh, so I'm guessing this is one of them.
I mean, these other guys weren't original, was they? I'm going to take his name. Right, so that's this one.
I'm still trying to find what his powers actually are. Here we are. Superb athlete, agility, durability, strength. He is Batman, pretty much. Just with weapons. And this guy's obviously fast. You know what he reminds me of is
a bee.
one of the heroes from like The Incredibles. You know, like
yeah, one of the
one of the ones that died.
Yeah,
and it just looks like one of them, like, but or even from the second film, looks like one of them as well. But that's them. Passable. Let's move on to the next one.
He even comes with batarangs. There you go.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
amazing. I mean, you can make him into a Hasbro body Batman. And this one, it's the last one. So, looking up Drax's look in the comics, he's got a more modern look now, but the original look, he's a lot smaller than this. This seems too big.
I think he's supposed to be he was quite a biggish guy at the beginning. I'm sure Drax was.
When I looked him up, he was like quite skinny.
Yeah, his power sets has changed over the years, and he's gone more to the MCU type.
Yeah, he's not more like, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy before the MCU were naff.
Let's face it. He's pretty big there.
Oh, he's big on that one. Like some of the pictures.
Well, zoomed in. Okay. But
like there, he's pretty skinny.
Yeah, I think that's like a couple of them. But if you keep scrolling down, he looks massive. But he was supposed to be like Hulk. He was kind of really big and pretty big.
Yeah.
But he does look like Hulk with a skull cap on. He does actually look
a weird wrestling outfit.
It looks like I'm Hulk as a wrestler. And then obviously comes with Moon Knight, his daughter, who's
Moon Knight. It's not Moon Knight.
Moon Dragon. Sorry, Moon Dragon.
I was going to say Moon Knight. It's changed. Second series.
Oh, they're all moony. But yeah, I mean, I think she's got power like telekinesis. I think she can turn into a dragon, if I can remember.
All right.
Yeah, she's all a bit crazy.
She looks like Hitman.
It's all that Cosmo sort of thing. Well, or Lex Luthor.
Yeah. It'd be a good Lex Luthor, actually.
Sigourney Weaver. Alien Threat. I can't wait to get him under a black light. And I'll put Underworld and have a rave.
Oh, what's that with Drax?
I guess.
Oh, right.
Sure.
I mean, they look pretty They're pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean they look good figures. It's just not my cuppa.
That's a strange pose they've got him in on that box.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they go. They. That's one thing I don't think they've done with the inbox stuff. It just looks crap. Like no imagination whatsoever. Putting that on there, they're putting this out for 80 quid, and it looks shit. It just looks awful. Like
it's an awful pose.
I would rather, like what they do down the side, and it's like a very static image, and what they have. I kind of rather have that on the front, or a lot more kind of quick look, and then up close, kind of large images. But it just doesn't look good.
I'd rather a picture of, like so, like when you had the window ones. Just a picture of a windowed box on the cardboard.
Yeah, well, that's what I kind of imagine, because at least when you look at it, you know what's in it.
Yeah.
But when it's like the stuff like that, they're not in a good sort of pose, or they're not posed together, like jumping over each other and stuff.
It's just like they've been taken separately and just
the boxes just look boring. The background could have been better. If it was completely black, it probably looked better. Or half down the middle and got a bit Moon Dragon one side and Drax a bit, but that goes for all the inbox stuff. So I'm glad they're going back to Windows, because
it didn't take long either.
Boring, cheap,
just it was like a few waves, wasn't it, and then went straight back to it.
Yeah. This set is so strange. I like it. Yeah, it is a cool set. I mean, I think if I even saw this go down in price, I probably would pick it up.
Yeah, it's just something.
Yeah, just like a bit different, a large character and stuff like that, and then I kind of wish I got I think it was a 5-pack a little while back, Guardians of the Galaxy, sort of like the comic versions of them.
When was that? I can't remember that.
Yeah, we're going probably about 3 years ago, maybe. Yeah. They had it at the Disney store. It was ridiculous price, so it was about 160 quid or something like that. Hey, Mr. B, how you doing?
You find though, like a lot of the packs they do are very, like not very popular. It's for certain people, and I find a lot of times when you see a pack, it will go down in price.
Like they know that there's a certain niche to it, and they put it all out there rather than sort of like ruin waves.
Yeah.
They kind of put them together, and then they're like, if you want it, it's there. Like that Spider-Man set that come out of that Pigman boar head.
But it's. I was I forgot where I saw it. I think it was on one of the groups, but the Venom pack, so the free pack that I got when it pre-ordered, it's gone down to something like 45, 50 quid on some places. So it's so I mean, you get hello, Mr. B. But yeah, you kind of, I think the packs always go down in price no matter what they are.
Yeah, I think they do, but I think there's the things that you got inside it as well. Because how many times Venom come out? Everyone rushed to get the Null pack, and then obviously there was a comic-looking Venom coming out in that pack. Then everyone rushed to get that one, and then was selling off the other one, and then that Null went down to about £15 on game, and so I think a lot of things got about. So,
I think the cape looks a bit static on him as well, Drax.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with, they don't do cloth goods, do they, on these? So it's just massive plastic things that drag them back. Like Thor. As soon as you pick him up in the air, he's like.
I still need to put a fabric one on this, because when I edit this one or custom it, I'm going to take this cape off and make it into a kind of fabric one, I think. But it just ruins the figure. Like these 4 figures could be pretty decent. It's got pretty decent articulation.
Yeah, it's just ruined by the massive capes.
Yeah, it's just ruined by capes. But hey ho, that will never change. I don't think I'll ever change that.
No.
Nice things.
Well, I'm not going. You know, that Hawkeye cloth goods that they got on that with the print on it looks awful. So.
Well, it's a bit of a it's like, yeah. There was another picture of him. He's not out yet. Is he already? He is out.
I think people are getting. I think inboxes are sort of slowly sort of coming around. Maybe not necessarily a release, if you know what I mean. So.
Have you seen SH Figure Arts are doing
Indiana Jones
and Cross Spider-Verse ones? The Cross Spider-Verse, it looks a bit ill. The
the 2099. I thought he looked really good.
Yeah. He looks good. Like the body looks good, but I think his face looks a bit like.
The civilian face.
Yeah. But the
looks
body looks really good. I'll share it. I'll get the screen up. It's easier enough. But he looks so much better than the one Hasbro did. Like easy. But
because I read the details on the actual costume.
Suit look really good.
Look really
What's
cool.
the scale for the SH Figure Arts? They're like 7 inch, aren't they?
No, I think they are about 1/12. So I think they are 6 inches.
Really?
Yeah.
So this looks decent.
Because a lot of people use the Black Series with SH Figure Arts, don't they, and stuff like that. It's just it comes with a bit of a cost as well.
Yeah, they're something like 70 to 95. There you go, $95.
Yeah.
For one figure. That's just I couldn't justify that.
No.
But he does look really good. Like if only Hasbro.
Oh, that guy on Fortnite, isn't it?
Huh?
It's that guy on Fortnite.
This is a Fortnite figure. You asked about Fortnite the other day.
Yeah.
But
I kind
the
of like
body
his.
just looks so much better proportions, doesn't it?
That's what I was going to say. Like this actually makes me want to go and buy it.
Yeah.
But the other one, the Hasbro one, I'm a bit like.
It's just like a pizza slice with legs.
Yeah,
it looks awful.
It doesn't look great.
But they've also doing Indiana Jones as well. There you go. So
yeah, again, I think Hasbro done a better job.
Do you?
Yeah.
With what?
Just the actual whole figure. I just think the Hasbro one works better because, like the plastic, the vinyl, because it's like soft, it looks better when this is like more hard sculpt kind of stuff.
Yeah, I find SH Figure Arts are very
the whipped dark brown. That's all I would say. That looks better. But
yeah, I need to paint my one still. But I find SH Figure Arts and Mafex. Is it Mafex? Might be Mafex. That are very jointy. Do you know what I mean? They're very. It's like his.
They don't hide them.
It just looks like very rigid. And then it's like I think it was the Mafex Spider-Man, who's like ball joint man. I think we called it ball joint man because it was like it's just massive balls at elbows and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it was like even down, like the pant area, and then they had two massive holes which his thighs were connected.
He is in latex.
Yeah.
But
that's one hell of a bulge, man.
That's just with ball joints.
Yeah.
But I think the face is pretty decent on this one.
Yeah, I mean,
bit
face sculpt is it's quite easy to achieve better than what Hasbro's done. To be honest with you.
But yeah, there's nothing else worth looking at. Thundercats, you're a Thundercats person, aren't you?
Huh?
You're a Thundercats guy, aren't you?
I do love Thundercats. I would love some of these Super 7 stuff, but
they're so expensive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it was something we were sacrificing like a Star Wars figure for one of these, or if there was just
and would it actually glow like that? Do you think it would actually glow like that? No.
Oh, well, hopefully not. When I go to bed, it'll whoa.
Seriously.
Like Homer Simpson when he picks up the radiation thing. Anyone would have looked better with double joint knees and elbows and decent wrist articulation.
I think it's. Oh, there we go. This one I like. Sonic. I love the Sonic stuff. Jack specific, but they're quite hard to get. Some of them,
ideas.
Huh?
Surely they'd be running out of ideas by now. There's not much of Sonic characters, is there?
There's quite a lot.
Is there?
When I go, yeah, like, I mean, obviously Sonic from way back has the normal kind of, you go from Sonic to like Big the Cat and that's it. It's like, but it's since then they've had loads of different ones, haven't they, from all the different crossover games they've done and stuff. So I think that's what they're going for. This Jet is from he's not in any of the games apart from
Mario
the Olympics one. Yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking. It's snowboarding. So
yeah. So Jet's not in any of them apart from, but he looks cool. I like him. But he's already out. Tails.
Well, he's looking. That Sonic kind of looked like more of a Sonic 2 type. Sonic.
That's Silver.
No.
That's Super Silver.
The blue Sonic you went from.
Oh yeah, that one is. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are like Tails. They re-release Tails every wave, but Jet looks cool. I'll definitely pick him up. Anything else?
Oh, Chung-Li. Yeah, boy.
Where? Oh, there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait.
What makes this? These are the ones you was on about, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're pretty good actually. Pretty detailed.
Yeah, they're really good. I just can't wait for them.
What else did Jada make?
They did the Universal Monsters. There was like 20 quid, sort of like, what's his name? Frankenstein, Dracula.
This one, this figure's got curves on it as well. I can't wait to see your photos you do with it.
But yeah, like
good articulation though.
Yeah, like everyone's raving about them. To be honest, they're really good. So, yeah, Rhino saying they make a lot of cars. They make a lot of die-cast cars with like little characters as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they made. Yeah, I've seen.
I think they do like some other figures that are like.
These.
Figures.
I've seen these before.
Oh, the metal ones as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen these.
But they're doing the Mega Man figures as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
They're bringing those out. So.
Oh. So they like. They're not like they're like similar to Hot Wheels, these cars, or are they just
a bit larger? Yeah. Oh. Well, they roll. What do you want, articulation?
Decent though. No, I'm just saying like Hot Wheels wise, so they similar to
yeah, I think they do Fast and Furious cars. Do loads of stuff. James Bond and all that.
Good to see what the I like these ones. I like them. They're quite cool. I'll stop looking at them.
The Blue Ranger's got a right banger though, isn't he? Look.
It's a rally car, man. But I do like toy cars. I like photographing them as well.
Yeah, I mean
that Loki one's pretty decent. Look at that. All right, I'll have a look into these guys. But
something else new to collect now.
Yeah, it's good to have something new in it. Like, to start
running out. You start getting into it like mentally, and then it like.
But it'll be decent. It'll be good to see what sort of articulation they've got. Seeing as they make cars mainly, it'll be.
They even held back. So originally, when they was going to be released, because I was trying to work with Jada Toys. I was trying to get them to support me on the channel to send me some.
They work with the Fruits, don't they?
No, they're on their own. But so what they originally did, they did.
Interviewed by the Fruits.
Yeah, there was another company. Some UK guys interviewed them as well, because I did some side-by-side comparisons when they was showing them off between Marvel Legends and the figures and all that, and they fit quite well. But originally they was going to have pins as well in their arms and joints, but the next ones that were going to come out was like Ken and stuff, and they were going to be pinless. So instead of just releasing some with pins and then the future ones are going to be rid of pins, they held them back for like another sort of almost 7 months and redone them again, but now with pinless. So, which is pretty cool, I think. Because this is like their first time they're going into like proper figure wise compared to the Universal monsters and stuff. So they learnt a lot from that apparently, and then they're applying it to this, and they're like $22.99. So.
It'll be different to see, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
And the quality wise, they look like NECA detail with decent articulation. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say NECA, but I would say they fall
more
in
detailed than
more
detailed than some Hasbro stuff. But
yeah. But
for 20 quid, pretty decent.
Like, finally, I can get some Street Fighter figures. That's a reasonable price and decent as well. So, like, they look good. I mean, the last ones I got were NECA Street Fighters, but they were so muscly and they couldn't even bend and stuff. They were just.
I mean,
huge.
That's the thing with NECA, though, isn't it? Like, that's kind of what you get.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got the it was Street Fighter and Power Rangers, wasn't it? A crossover they did.
Yeah.
Hasbro. Yeah, you've got them, didn't you? But
I did.
It's good to see. It's good to see different companies coming into it, giving more variety.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people want to start doing a Street Fighter versus Marvel versus Capcom. I think that's what
I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom. I used to like that game.
Yeah, game. Loved it. Still play it to this day.
Do you?
Yeah. Honestly,
the first one or the second one?
Second one. Yeah. I've got a few Marvel vs. Capcom, like the newer versions, like the 3D ones, but they just weren't as good. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast was like.
I used to play it on PS2. I used to have it on PS2.
Oh yeah, low frame rate.
What have you got it on now?
I've got it on emulator. So I play it on. I was
going to say, I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox.
Yeah, it is all on there. I had it on. So I used to have an Xbox. I think it's the 360 that was backwards compatible, and I used to have an Xbox original version to play it, and then it kind of just my Xbox 360 packed up, so I kind of lost that kind of sort of thing. But what I do now, I run it through my laptop, which connects to the TV, and then use the Xbox controller to play it.
It'd be good. I did like Marvel vs. Capcom. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They don't do any games like that now, though, do they?
No, that kind of sort of thing's died. It's all 3D now, and it's all like Tekken and all that sort of thing. But for me, Street Fighter, just going down the chippy on a Friday with Mum, like just playing. I remember playing when you go to the school and you're like, oh, I'm the white karate dude. Oh, I'm the guy in the red. You know, like, oh, there's that guy that does fire and stuff with the long limbs. Like, you know, it was just really cool back then to have sort of characters in a game like that, you know, sort of beat 'em up. So, yeah.
And then beat 'em up games just don't do well anymore, apart from Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat seems to go, but Street Fighter, you know, there's a new one now that's out, but I think Street Fighter for me, and you can't beat it as much as you keep bringing it out. Street Fighter Alpha, especially like Alpha 3 probably. Alpha 1 had a cool sort of like a 2 versus 1 versus Bison, but yeah, it's brilliant.
I find beat 'em up games are just kind of, they get boring after a while. Now, when you're playing it with someone, it's fine.
Yeah,
but when
I guess
it's just boring.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
DC tried it, didn't they? With, I've forgotten, what was it?
There was one on the Mega Drive years ago.
No, DC have got League of Justice or something. League of Justice, I think it is.
Yeah, something. I've got it as a.
I played the first one. It was all right, but the second one I didn't bother with.
Nah, it's got the Mortal Kombat mechanics, which is not my kind of type of fighting. It's very like, no, you know, I like Street Fighter, button bash, like jump up with a little bit of skill, you get better at it, but you still can button bash when you stuck in a corner.
I find a lot of the new ones like Mortal Kombat, unless you know all the combos, you can't do anything.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like when I've played Street Fighter before, I haven't played it for ages, but there weren't as much. Oh, what's that combo? What's that combo? Just press it.
He's
You know
going.
what I mean? Yeah. But
You kind
the
of
newer,
roughly knew, like with Mortal Kombat, you have to press like down kick, like forward punch to get the different kind of combo kicks and stuff.
it's just that sort of thing.
Yeah, and then there's a long pause. Like you might accidentally press down and punch, and then you go,
Yeah.
and you're stuck there like for a little
Yeah.
long bit, and you can't go into But yeah, I mean, when X-Men: Children of the Atom come out, and I got it on the old Sega Saturn, that was the first beat 'em up that they'd done with the Marvel thing. And then there was, oh my god, going back, and then there was Street Fighter versus X-Men, and they put Sabretooth and all that in there, and you had Sabretooth and Wolverine fight. And it was proper Sabretooth as well, like from the animated.
I remember the X-Men game. There was an X-Men beat 'em up game, wasn't there? On its own.
There's loads. I mean, on the Super NES, there was like they used the X-Men sprites from the beat 'em up game, but made it a platformer.
Oh no, I used to have one on I think it was on PS2, but I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, that was pretty decent.
Oh, actually, no, I did have a 3D beat 'em up X-Men game, I think.
Yeah, that's
on the PS1. Yeah. Now you're saying, I'm sure I did as well.
What's that called?
X-Men.
Well, I know that. I just
X-Men in Cerebo. I don't know. I mean, on the PS1, I used to have my Star Wars beat 'em up, and I loved it, and everyone hated it. Masters of Tarakasi. Everyone said it's so crap, but I thought it was amazing. But they should do another Star Wars beat 'em up game.
they should just do a Disney one. That'd be great.
John says Mutant Academy. Yeah, but
that's it.
It could be that one.
Yeah.
But,
Next Dimension was one I was on about.
Oh, okay. But there was Soul Calibur. They done some Star Wars characters in that as well, with Yoda and Star Killer.
I think a Disney beat 'em up game would be pretty cool. You have like Darth Vader against Cinderella or someone. That'd be insane. But they've got that new Disney racing game I want to get. Looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
Hi,
Adam. X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom absolutely slapped. Yeah. It's
Slapped
amazing.
Is good, isn't it? Yeah, Slapped is good. Okay.
Yeah.
It was good. God, I do like the old games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember having the X-Men, just the standalone X-Men beat 'em up on the Sega Saturn, and then, I mean, going against Juggernaut, he was like the second boss, like before, like the pre-boss, like just a massive sprite of him on the screen was massive, and then you go against Magneto, and I always say now he was one of the hardest bosses to beat. The only way I could beat him is by buying Cyclops or Wolverine and just cane him in the corner, like just keep jumping up like. Oh.
A lot of them now, I think, like especially Mortal Kombat, they just go on like how brutal they can be. I just think it's like.
I mean, they're relaunching Mortal Kombat. Are they restarting again? Aren't they? I think they're retelling the story again.
Are they?
Yeah, there was
they did the film, film a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it's like a relaunch. Could be wrong, but I know they're kind of restarting again, like the storyline or something, or they're doing something with it. So
that's one thing you don't see any figures for is Mortal Kombat.
No,
but there are figures, but I don't know who makes them. I think it's McFarlane. It might be McFarlane, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they must be reasonable priced, but it's just a shame they're like probably 8 inch, 9 inch. Yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane. The thing with them is like you can either get a really good detail, really bad detail, or both, where it's just no articulation. They feel like they're going to snap the minute you like bend their arm or something.
Yeah, because I've seen one of the guys. He uses them quite a lot on Instagram. Like he redoes with the figures. He redoes like the fatalities and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So, oh look, there's one. McFarlane Mortal Kombat 7 in 14.99.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them in Nerd Base, but I didn't know who made them. But I guess it's.
Okay, I thought they were more expensive than that. I would love a Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah. They're like the main two, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like Ryu and Ken, aren't they? Sort of thing.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. But it'll be good to see a new company get into it then. Give them more. Maybe if Hasbro sees all these new companies
for Scorpion, no thanks.
All these new companies coming into it, they'll kind of, maybe we need to change it up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think Jada Toys might be one to look out for. These Street Fighter ones, if they get another license on there, because they're doing things like what Hasbro's doing with pinless arms and stuff. And this is like a company that's really sort of on the rise, really. I mean, they do die-cast stuff and what I call sort of like B&M toys, like the Spider-Man, the metal Spider-Man, and sort of like they're not ones that be like mainstream. And they're bringing them out for reasonable prices. So, it's definitely going to give Hasbro sort of like a bit of a
money. Definitely. It's like, I mean, NECA and stuff like that, they weren't massive like Hasbro, were they? But they've made their mark now.
Yeah, I think with the way that NECA came in, they came in quite strong for the sort of like the gamers, because back when they came out, you didn't really like action figure collecting and stuff like that was kind of like a niche thing. They weren't really, most people were buying action figures that were aimed at kids. Now there's action figures that are based towards adults, and that's what NECA was aiming for. You were going to Game Station and stuff back then and see figures for like Walking Dead and other sort of like Halo and other things like that, didn't you? So I think, that's kind of their niche where they've gone. For me, I feel like they have gone a little bit too much for their buck now, so, especially when you're looking about 50 quid for a figure, unless you're really into it, or you got the money, obviously.
I mean, most NECA figures, I mean, none of mine have been over 40.
No, but I mean,
even Ronin, he was 35.
The last ones I got, I think they're about 30, but we're going back
all the Predators are still like 30, 35 pounds.
Oh, are they? I kept thinking they're 50. Maybe that's just Forbidden Planet when I go up there then, because I'm always
Forbidden Planet sell them for stupid prices.
I'm like,
but they're all the horror ones are 30 to 40. They're not.
Yeah, but
I mean, it depends. With NECA's one of those ones. It's like you're going to get a good figure or a bad figure. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can never really know. Like the Predator I've got, brilliant figure, good articulation, good detail.
I just feel like they don't. Well, I mean, some of the older NECA ones I've got, they're kind of stuck in their rigid poses. I mean, I've got the Pred Alien, and he's kind of like this, and he can move, but he's only like this, and he can't move. But the other aliens, they're pretty good. But if I didn't have their tail, there's no way they would ever stand up because they've gone a bit loose and a bit gammy.
Oh yeah, it's the same with the aliens. The alien that I've got, if he didn't have a tail, he wouldn't be up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we end it up there then? Actually, I haven't stopped talking today.
Yeah, it's been a good one. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, decent. But we'll end it there. Next week we'll do a live stream, hopefully kicking off the old tournament. So
yeah, and you never know what some other bits. I think some of the Marvel Legends guys said about there's some
look out for stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff, so probably be MCU stuff that you won't be interested in.
But is it all out this year? We haven't got no other Marvels apart from the TV series. There's no other Marvel coming out, is there?
What Marvel series?
No, film.
I'm sure there's one at the end. There's one at the end of the year, isn't there? I'm sure there is.
No,
Let's have a look.
because they've got Spider-Verse coming out soon. So I'm going to go and see that.
Well, I didn't see Into Spider-Verse like when it came out at the cinema because
No,
I thought,
when it first came out, I was like, oh, it just looks a bit shit. But when I saw it, I was like, I've watched it a lot. I've watched it a lot.
It is a good.
Sometimes when I'm just sitting down,
I like the colours, the music, everything in it. It's great.
It's good. What do you call it? But the actual sort of like steadiness through the film, you know, and everything kind of falls into place at the right time and all that. Yeah, it's really good.
Oh yeah, we've got the Marvels at the end of the year.
Oh, was that this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
November.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh yeah, Secret Invasion starts.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Ms. Marvel. So.
What? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. The TV show.
No.
Oh, you got
Craven the Hunter in 20 October.
Is it? I didn't even think that was made yet. Right.
Did you watch the? Oh, you wouldn't care, would you? But you don't have PlayStation. But
Oh no, I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm going to get a PlayStation 5 just so I can play it. Because obviously I played the last one on the PS4.
Yeah, I played the last one. At the time, it was my sister's ex-husband's, and he was like, because all the VR come out, and he didn't really play it. He was too much into the Xbox. I think he was playing Division or something. He goes, "Oh, you can borrow it if you want." I was like, "All right then." And he had it pre-ordered on his PlayStation, so it came out while I was borrowing it. I completed it. Yeah, it was good, but I did feel like, I know everyone said it was really, really good, and it was good, and it looked great, but it still weren't much different from like previous Spider-Man games. You know what I mean? It was just.
Spider-Man 2, like the old one, was really good. I love that game.
Yeah, I think one of my favourite was Ultimate Spider-Man on the Xbox. It was just really, really well done. And then there was also Web of Shadows.
Web of Shadows was good. What's the other one? The futuristic one.
The Dimension one.
Dimensions, that weren't bad either.
Yeah.
None of them really that bad. But anyway. That's already out.
Hey guys, what have I missed? Oh, you missed the we did a Boba Fett coverage today. You completely missed it.
Yeah, we did everything Boba Fett. The whole stream was Boba Fett themed. Yeah, it's only the Marvels and Craven.
We even had Tamara Morrison guest appear
with his toe. It was just his toe talking.
Yeah. Oh guys, anyway. I'm back.
Anyway,
all right, you can do it this time because I always do it.
All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to both of us. Join the Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram, both of us, and Toy Photography UK on Instagram. Until next time, see you later. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.